Welcome back to another episode of the Link podcast presented by Electra Link. I'm your host, Bree Pettit, and we have something a little bit different for you guys today. Today's episode is going to be a panel discussion about Electra Link's Houston and College Station markets and offices. So with me, I have three of our Houston team members, and they're going to be talking a little bit about what they see in Houston and about what they do. So why don't we go ahead and get started by having everyone introduce themselves, what they do here at Electra Link, and how long they've been with the company.
Dennis Zeutschel, audiovisual sales. I've been with Electra Link 20 years this past Monday.
Awesome.
Yes, thank you. Great place to work,
Russell Pearson, I'm the general manager here in Houston. Been with the company 37 years. Great place to work, just like Dennis says.
John Lowery, project manager, been here 30 years. Please, kudos to them.
That's awesome. And have you guys always been at the Houston office throughout your time here?
I was at College Station for a little while, not much.
Okay.
About for a year. But I spent most of my time, I'd be back and forth. But
Okay. So between the two.
Yeah, I've been here the whole time.
Okay.
Well, I did spur out to go open the Dallas office in Austin at one time.
Okay. Nice. And then John, have you always been in the Houston area?
Well, when I wasn't working on the road for 10 years.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so we'll jump right into it. So Houston, of course, is considered one of the largest cities in Texas and is also a global center for the oil and gas industry. What are some ways that you guys think the size of Houston and how it's growing impacts the growth and work that Electra Link is doing throughout Houston?
like you said, Houston's growing leaps and bounds, especially in the oil and gas market. It's always changing.
Yeah.
I'd say the oil and gas industry here in Houston is the hub for the world, pretty much. And it's been a big part of Houston's success. We've grown exponentially in it over the past 38 years.
Almost 40.
Almost 40 years, yeah. So it's been a huge impact for us here. It's enabled us to work with some of the largest global partners in the world. And we've also branched out along the Gulf Coast to service those companies.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, do you guys think that with the growth, has there been a growth in the competitors that we are seeing within the area?
Oh, yes, definitely, especially in the audiovisual market. Some of the larger companies that were California companies, New York companies and stuff like that, they've moved down into our business here, especially trying to get into the oil and gas because there's
a big market for
AV in Houston for that.
Yeah.
Also chasing Elon.
And now chasing Elon.
That's true.
Yes.
They got to keep up with him. Okay. What do you guys think is one of the biggest challenges that we're facing across the industry, specifically across Houston?
I would say the increased competition of companies coming to town, stealing our workforce. We definitely train a lot of people here. We've been a training ground for multiple companies. They hire our people left and right. So that's the hardest thing, trying to keep our guys once we've trained them.
Gotcha.
And then the AV business is keeping up with all the new trends coming out,
Yeah.
Because it changes
Rapidly.
very rapidly. Every 6 months, there's new types of displays, new ways to conference. And so, it's gone from personal conferencing, from large conference to personal conference now.
Yeah. So that's definitely changing.
Yeah, manpower, like you said, we put the investment into people, keeping them here has not been easy. And then the ones you try to replace them with, if they show up,
Yeah.
it's just a huge time suck on scheduling and everything as far as trying to get people employed.
Yeah. Okay. So the biggest, I guess, challenges is workforce and then competitors.
Most definitely.
Okay, Russell, what would you say have been some of the biggest things that have changed from 2020 when all the stuff with COVID was going on to today within the workforce?
I would say one of the hardest things for us to do was change our business strategy. A lot of us have moved to the home office and was working from home. Several of us are still there.
Mhm.
which kind of hinders things here and there, but we've learned to work with it. A lot of Teams calls.
Mhm.
It's definitely made the company more streamlined. We've shed off a lot of overhead costs, reducing office space and things like that, just like the corporate America has as well.
Yeah.
But now, 4 years later, it's kind of shifted back the other way. All the corporate America's coming back to office. A lot of
Mhm.
people are coming back to the office and start working there. So
Yeah.
I do see that shift happening.
I see that shift happening a lot in the audiovisual business.
And a lot of our competitors are all in the office now.
Okay.
They're not working from home anymore.
Okay. Have you seen more people coming back wanting to work? Because I know there's kind of a dip with people looking for
I
jobs.
definitely see it. You got to kind of take into account, you've got the COVIDers that were spent 4 years in high school of what COVID life was. That's somewhat their expectations when they come to work.
Okay.
It's a reflection of the employee that is looking for a job. I mean, that's their normal.
Didn't even think about that. Like the people that did go through high school and are now in the workforce.
Right. They have a skewed vision of what reality is.
Yeah, because I mean they're not used to being out in the workforce. I mean, or having a routine. You know, their routine was at home. You know,
sheltered.
Right, and now it's get out here and physically do something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Does there seem to be more people kind of willing to learn and willing to kind of adapt to how things are coming back to be?
I think people are more selective of what they want to do.
Okay.
I see that. Yeah, I definitely see that.
I think the COVID issue made people rethink their line of business they want to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Being at home, they probably learned that they could do a lot of stuff from home, make money. So
yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be online influencers. That's a real thing.
Yes.
People have that vision that, you're going to have to pick up a tool.
That could kind of go into the job stability aspect of kind of this industry. Could you guys talk a little bit about that? Like reasons why someone should come into this industry and maybe kind of not just go towards like a tech job on their computer all the time?
Just learn real life skills. You know, you go out into the workforce and you learn how to do stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just data stuff. It's not just it's a craft, but it bleeds. We lose so many of our people going to other crafts inside of what we already do.
Okay.
Like, okay, we do this, but they like the carpentry part of it, or they like the welding aspect, or they like we get them in touch with all that. And it's just, picking a preference, I guess.
Okay.
They find stuff they like, And
a lot of people don't realize, you just sit there, they sit there on the computer. It's like stuff has to get hooked up to make stuff,
Right.
Yeah.
It's like this stuff doesn't pop up out of thin air.
Yeah. It's not all automated.
Right.
Yeah.
Another thing in the industry, I mean, in all trade industries, I think the cost of trade has gone way up through the roof. There's been an increase in labor across the board for everybody. So that's definitely become a very lucrative industry to be in for an employee.
Yeah, definitely. And when you guys say we still have quite a few guys on our team that are good and committed to being here.
Yeah, most definitely. We got a core value of good guys here that definitely bleed Electra Link.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, how many 10? I mean, I know you've been here 30. I've been here 20.
I think the average tenure here in Houston is probably about 17 or 18 years.
Okay.
Wow. I was gonna say it's up there for most in today's companies. I mean, most people don't. 5 years? I mean, they switch jobs all the time.
Well, I think
we're rare.
Yeah,
we're very rare here.
The younger generation definitely they're raised to. They've been taught to jump jobs
at the drop of a hat. At the drop of a hat.
Industry jump jobs left and right. You can see it on resumes every day. They'll have like 10 jobs they've worked for in 2 years,
which is wild. Like every couple months.
Yeah, but that's why we're still there. Right. I mean, but it's a real thing. I mean, you can look at the numbers. What you can make more money jumping.
Yeah, but
you can finally land somewhere. But how long are you willing to do that?
Yeah,
that's the deal. And how many bridges are you going to burn doing it?
Yeah, and my son's graduating from college this year, and I told them, I said, it's not always about the money. I mean, the money's great. Don't get me wrong. I said, but the company as a whole, what the company can give back to you and what you give back to the company, I mean, they're like when we had bad storms here, I mean, everybody pitched in together, and helped everybody else within our company. I mean, we helped each other in our neighborhoods, but I mean, it's like a big family here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I remember in high school literally being told, you don't have to stick with one job. It's good to try all different things. And that's kind of what they were teaching back when I was in high school.
Yeah.
But I've realized, especially since coming here, that it's important to find a company that aligns with your values, is a strong company, and kind of just sticking with it, because nothing beats that. So hopefully more people realize that and come join our team.
Yeah, they have to figure that out. It's a journey to figure that out.
Yeah.
So unless you jump, you won't never know. So
very true.
It's kind of like any other relationship. Once you feel you're in the right one,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have to be able to give them something that gives them that feeling. So
yeah. So find the right people and they'll stick around.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
They'll stick around. What do you guys think are some things that help Electra Link to stand out from our competitors?
Our commitment to our customers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's huge. I mean,
quality.
The quality of our work. But I mean, our customers call us back a lot. I mean, all the time. And it's just because they know our workmanship. They know what we do. They know we stand by. If something's not right, we stand behind what we did.
Mm-hmm.
And we make it right.
And back to the family aspect of it too. Getting guys on board, part of the team, that you take care of them and you develop that relationship. I think that's something that we do really well here.
Mm-hmm.
Just building that trust in each other. And you got your back, I got your back, you got mine, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Would you guys say that a lot of the customers that we have here in the Houston area, are a lot of them repeat customers, or is it kind of word of mouth how they find out about us?
I mean, a lot of it is repeat customers, but then those customers actually know people, have the other customers that they work with, and they recommend them.
Okay.
They recommend us.
Awesome.
Yeah, we got customers we've had since Electra Link opened. The first customer we still have. We're actually doing another restack for them right now.
That's awesome.
Plus, you also see our contacts at certain companies. They'll leave one company, and go to another, and they'll take us over there and do their work there too. So it's definitely helpful.
Yeah, I mean, we've had people leave Electra Link, for audiovisual, to go to work for the customer, and then they bring us in.
Okay.
I mean, there's like, okay, we have a client right now that we just got. Another company was doing their AV. One of our guys went to work for him, and he got us in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes,
that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's really good, and that also shows that there must have been something about them here that stuck out to them.
Yes, I mean, he left on good terms. It wasn't, anything bad. It was closer to his house, and he's family and everything else.
Yeah.
And it was just a right fit for him. And then he brought us in. So
yeah, that's great. That's great. Are there any types of jobs that we seem to be doing a lot more of within the last couple of years?
I'd say a lot of stuff coming in. You're going to start seeing a lot more data centers coming in now because of the AI stuff. There's a lot of that happening, especially in the other cities. I still see some of that happening here. There should be a few coming up here. Not too many down here because of the Gulf Coast. We're closer to the ocean.
Yeah, and I mean, like we were saying earlier, the companies are bringing people back in, so they're doing more conference rooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of more corporate building.
Yes.
Type thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we seeing more of the DAS kind of pop up?
That's a new field that we've just recently started. But yes, it is a big industry coming because the new laws and regulations that have brought it up. Now it's pretty much mandated. You have to have emergency system and stuff like that working in your building.
Yeah. Well, that's good for us.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. In our industry, I've seen, and I've read some stuff on it with them putting investments into the big guys, Exxon, Shell, some of the Chevrons and whatnot, like with their automation. stuff in the plant real time. It's like
Okay.
having to put the infrastructure in. We've been working on some of that over the wireless projects that we've been doing over the last couple of years out in the units and stuff throughout the refinery. So it gives them like real time data on the equipment itself, like motors and all kind of stuff, so that to avoid outages and whatnot. And according to the articles, they're supposed to be really ramping that up over the next 18 months.
Dang. That sounds cool. That's really good that they can give you real time data. That's awesome. What are some opportunities that you guys would like to see more of within the Houston area?
Definitely like to see the industrial side grow some more.
Okay.
Because it's definitely a niche market.
Yeah.
Also, and also the DAS. We want to see that take off this year.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be good. Do you think that there are any ways that we could help kind of push those things more within the Houston area? The DAS and the industrial?
Definitely having our salespeople advertising and pushing out the word.
Mm-hmm.
All even our workforce, letting people know that that's the stuff we're doing. We're also working in those areas.
Okay.
And even doing podcasts or anything like that, or social media blasts.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely keep doing that. So good. Okay, Dennis, what do you think sets Electralink's AV team apart from our other competitors?
We do more design builds.
Okay.
So we're more in touch with our customer, to find out really what they would, their needs are.
Yeah.
And we've worked with them, or some of our customers, so many times. We repeat. We just have a good feeling back and forth. We communicate well with our customer.
That's good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely good. And I've heard other people with our AV division here at Electralink talk about how we're not pushing out stuff that we haven't tested. And so we're only pushing out stuff that we know.
No, we don't. No, we don't like to be a beta test site.
Yeah.
Because in our industry, that's bad, especially with what, an end user, new products coming out. And if you haven't tried it, and you sell it to a customer and then it fails, that's not good.
Yeah.
So we always like, to have it tested out, proven before we actually send it out to a customer.
Yeah. So then they know when they come with us, they're going to get stuff that is good
Correct.
quality, works great, and
Proven track record.
Yeah.
John, as a project manager for the industrial side of things, how would you say, from your perspective, our Houston industrial market compares to the other industrial markets in Texas?
By far the biggest, the Houston area.
Okay.
There's going to be quite a bit of growth in the Golden Triangle area, which is Beaumont, Port Arthur, Orange.
Okay.
All that. They've got a lot of stuff coming up. In any of the other cities, we usually take care of most of their industrial stuff, regardless, because it's most of those customers are based out of Houston.
Okay.
So they send us to go do the work in the other cities.
Okay.
Especially out in the field.
Yeah. Are most of our industrial team based out of Houston?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
I would say it's going to be a big explosion if things go well in November.
Yeah.
In the West Texas market.
That's good.
Yeah. Back to those articles again, that looked Eagle Forge and the Permian Basin.
Yeah.
That's a big possibility of it after the election changes, that they're already staging and got money set away.
Wow.
And just back to that automation and whatnot, real time data from the oil fields. Like, that's a big market.
Dang, that'll be good. I kind of want to touch on the power grid, because I've heard other people talk about how with Texas growing so much that our power grid, there may need to be, I don't know, we need to expand our power grid or do things. Do you think that'll kind of affect our industrial side of things?
Definitely could. And from what I understand, they're working on it. I had a cousin that works for the power company.
Okay.
So they're constantly expanding. They've been expanding out in West Texas for years, building substations and whatnot. Definitely a possibility.
Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, I definitely see more of the solar farms coming in and also the windmill. But they got plenty of windmill farms out there now. But they are adding them to the grid daily as well. So
Wow.
Yeah, not reliable resource, but depending on the spend the money.
Yeah.
Go for it. Keeps us busy.
It helps a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah. All the ones that got destroyed in this last storm,
Oh,
acres, hundreds and hundreds of acres, and they're just trash.
Solar panels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my goodness. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we have to go and re-terminate some fiber. It's okay.
What are some ways that you guys think makes the Houston market unique from our other locations in Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, and College Station?
And the industrial oil and gas. I mean, because we have the high rises, the corporate downtown, and then we have that are connected to the plants. So,
I guess also like how Austin's becoming more tech, and has been for years. We're still heavy medical, heavy
Okay.
oil and gas. That's where we're different than
Yeah.
any other the markets, and we do have a lot of the technology, but not what
Not
they
as,
do.
yeah.
Well, and we have a specific department that just caters to the industrial side here.
Yeah.
Other cities do not have that. And of course, this is where Electra Link started, so we're going to have that up on everybody
Yeah.
who's been here longest.
Home base.
The mothership.
The mothership, definitely. Would you guys say that Houston, because I know some of the other cities, I mean, they're not as big as Houston. So are you guys doing more work that's further out than our other offices?
I mean, we go to Louisiana. We got Louisiana, Arkansas. Well, Dallas handles Arkansas a lot, but
Houston usually handles Louisiana.
I think Dallas has got a good road crew. They do a lot of out of town jobs and
Okay.
a lot of big data centers and also a lot of big fulfillment centers and saying that. And I think Austin has also sent out some good teams to do some
we got the state covered for as far as inside the state.
Yeah, they've gone. I mean, Dallas, they've been up to Virginia and all that.
Right.
So and Austin.
Well, you've been to
Austin,
California.
Yeah, many moons ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think all cities do travel quite a bit.
Okay.
We're not afraid to do that. We are licensed in several states around the country too. So.
Okay. What are some, okay, so let's talk about a little bit about the College Station market because that's kind of under the Houston area too. What are some ways that our College Station market differs from the other offices? Because I know it's kind of its own unique thing with the college right there.
Well, in the audio visual, it's more the higher ed, and audio visual at a college is like football at a college.
Yeah.
It's like they're competing with other colleges to get kids to come to their college. Well, they want to have the latest technology to show them
the wow factor.
The wow factor. It is. It's a wow factor for them.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah, because I mean, you go into a classroom, it's all automated.
Perception.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Would you say that the college and the education stuff in College Station, is that kind of our main focus there? For
I would say it's
majority.
75% of our business is at the universities.
Okay.
There. We do have a lot of medical there too.
Okay.
In the city and
But the college is so big. It's one of the few cities in the nation that has a population decrease of 50,000 people every year.
so wild. So wild. Yeah, I think everyone knows about Texas A&M, even if you've never been to Texas.
Yeah, during the summer months are great because there's nobody there. When school's on, it's just like it's
A different place.
It's a different place. It's a different
it's
town.
also very difficult there to try and hire people full time because everybody comes to school there and leaves.
Right.
Okay,
They don't want to stay there.
They're there just seasonally. Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of that staffing up there is usually out of Houston.
Okay. When school is in swing, do we hire like seasonally there, or is it just kind of depend?
We have done a few that are going to school there. Might want to stay the summer. They'll come to work for us for a while. Maybe intern types partnership or something like that.
Ones have to go to summer school.
Okay, so we get majority of like AV jobs up there. Do we get any other types of jobs?
I'd say 95% of the work that we do up there is for on the audiovisual side is college. So I mean, we do some other businesses up there, but I'd say 95% of it's college based.
Okay.
We do have quite a bit of networking as well for the college, not just the AV side. We do a lot of communications work.
Okay.
So.
Okay. What direction do you guys predict the Houston market heading towards in the next like 5 to 10 years? doesn't have to be an expert answer, just opinion. Do you think it's going to continue growing the way it is, or do you guys see maybe any shifts coming?
We want it to keep growing the way it is.
I think the next few years we should probably at least grow exponentially in the oil and gas side.
Like John said, November we'll tell.
Yeah. The next 5 years, depending on how it goes, one way or blue or red. If it's red, it's going to be on the upward trend for
oil and gas for sure.
Trajectory.
Yes.
I mean, it's going to go.
Yeah. One of the benefits, though, even on the industrial side, even when we don't drill our own oil here, we process everybody.
We have to process it.
We have to process it.
Okay.
So we'll import their crude over here that they don't get. They're not allowed to process in their countries, and we'll ship it back.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know that was something we did in Texas.
Yeah.
And people don't realize how many products are made out of oil.
No.
Yeah.
Pharmaceutical.
Everything.
Plastic.
Pretty much everything is.
Wow.
Things you eat.
We need oil. We need the oil industry.
Even pesticides and stuff like that for the
Plastics.
Okay.
From petrochemical stuff.
Dang. Wow. Did not know that.
Kind of a big deal.
No, it definitely is. It definitely is. Okay, so with, I guess, the continued growth, and I know that this next year, or even this year, this last quarter of the year, and going into next year, that we need to hire quite a bit of people throughout the company. What would you guys say are a couple of like key things that you could tell someone who's maybe thinking about getting into the industry or looking for a job about Electralink that could kind of just show them like this is a good company to come work for?
And just look at, like when we were talking earlier, look at how long the majority of it has been here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have been here for a long time, so it's a good place to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you pick up a lot of skills doing what we do you can use.
Yeah, and people here share their
The
knowledge.
industry's not going away.
It's an industry you can learn very easily,
Mm-hmm.
and you can make a good craft out of it, and very lucrative living.
Yeah. And you can start at the bottom here and you can work your way up.
All the way up.
So,
I'm testament to that. Started out as
Wire
cable puller.
oh, really? That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
I remember the first time I ever met you was over at BMC Software.
Yeah.
Many years ago.
You pulling cable?
No, he was project manager.
Okay.
And I was actually working for another audiovisual company at the time. That's where I ran into Russell first time.
That's great. Okay. So last thing, what are some key things that have helped Electralink to continue being successful across the city of Houston and kind of just establishing the quality of Electralink?
I want
to say they're willingness to expand into other territories. You know, like the audiovisual, the DAS, you know.
I'd say the owner's dedication in serving our customers with a quality service and installation at a fair price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of the management team here has been here for many decades.
Ride or die.
Yeah. Too late to change now. And our field employees are dedicated. I mean, the ones we do have, they really like their job and they like to be here.
Yeah. That's really good.
Ernie's fair. You know, he's fair to all of his employees, you know.
Anybody who wants to come here and work, we're willing to hire them and train them. We have jobs. We're actively looking right now.
Yes. For a lot of different positions too. So check out our website. We've got all the career openings there. So yeah. Okay. Well, thank you guys for doing this and for coming on to today's episode. I appreciate it.
Very well.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed hearing from some of our Houston team. And make sure you tune in next week for another panel episode featuring some of our team based out of Austin. So follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube so you don't miss out on any new episodes. Thank you and have a good rest of your guys' day.